Good afternoon, happy Saturday, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, because I am I am in Thailand, which is a 12-hour difference, and it is Saturday, February 1st. Here already, well, there too, but you guys are sleeping. Most of my friends and family. I decided just to try to see if this go live thing was gonna work. Now, I just thought I was live and I wasn't. I was hitting buttons and it popped up. So I think I'm live now. So hey everybody. I only have a few subscribers, people who know me, so I just wanted to try this out and figure it out along the way. I am Diamond Forbes, and I decided to start this channel a month ago. So it's been 30 days since I've had my YouTube channel, and I wanted to share my experiences, my desires, my journey in life at this age with whomever wanted to listen, because I get so many people asking, where are you going next? Where are you at now? What you doing? What's your desires? So on and so forth. And I figured I might as well go ahead and do a YouTube page, YouTube channel to share for those who are interested in what I'm doing, who I am, and what I'm about. You can join. You can listen on what I do. I do travel. Travel is I breathe travel, and so every chance I get I want to leave the U.S. or just travel in general, but mainly outside of the U.S. I am now able to travel and work a little bit more due to my recent shift in employment, but still in the same field. But so now I'll be traveling and working and sharing my journey as I go along. So my page is really, I haven't had a real focal point on what my page is going to be about, but it will be about all things diamond. So my life through my lenses. And so if you're interested, and we're all layered in many different ways. So again, I'm layered as well. So it'll be different things that I'll be talking about, but mainly about what I'm doing and where I'm at. So I am currently in Thailand. I am in Bangkok, Thailand. It is February 1st. And I've been traveling outside. I've been traveling since January 10th. So this year I started, just like last year, which I didn't share a lot, but I will probably be able to share some flashbacks or what have you of my last year's travels. But this year, my goal was to make sure I celebrated my birthday outside of the U.S. And just like last year, I wanted to make sure I was in Johannesburg, South Africa on my birthday. And I did that, and I was gone for 6 weeks in South Africa. And this year I had an opportunity to experience my birthday in East Africa, which it started in Kenya. Then I went to Rwanda, and now I'm in Thailand. And so I kept saying, I'm gonna do a video, but a lot has been going on. A lot has happened during traveling. There's a lot of things, excuse me, I forgot, you see that? I got a cough while I've been gone. A lot of things happen during travels, okay? All the glitz and glams about traveling and experiencing things are true, but there are also some things that happen along the way, and I'll share some of that as well. We had quite a few. I will say this, the day I left on January 10th, just to give you a snippet, there's been snowstorms all over the U.S., that has started happening like in the beginning of January, and that impacted me to leave out. It also impacted my airline. So I had to be switched to a whole nother airline, like within hours of me leaving out. And I was not happy about it. But what I knew I wanted to do was get on that plane to get up out of here. Well, get up out of the U.S. So I said, okay, wherever y'all reroute me to, I'm just going to go with it. Because last year, the same thing happened. It wasn't a snowstorm. It was some type of thunderstorm, tornado watch or something like that. And it delayed me. So I didn't want to fight with whatever option it gave me. I just went with it. And so instead of being on Qatar Airlines, I had to fly British Airlines, British Airways, which is my first time. And I won't be looking forward to going back on British Airways unless I'm able to book like a business class or first class seat or something, because I am particular about where I sit on the plane. I have to have a window, and that's the basics of it. And I didn't have a lot of options, and so it's frustrating. Although they gave me a window, it still was the seating, the aircraft. There was so many things. That's a whole nother day. But I left out on January 10th. I got to Kenya, Africa on the 11th, right a few hours shy of my birthday. I was meeting some friends over there because we were all traveling from Nairobi to Eldoret, Kenya. So I got there like 10 something. They got there like right after midnight. We met up at the hotel, celebrated my birthday, had a couple of, we had dinner and some drinks. And then we had a few hours to shower, change, and get back to the airport to catch our flight to go from Nairobi, Kenya to Eldoret, Kenya, which is where our friend Mercy is from. So we all went, and all the traveling chaos that I experienced was well worth it, because when I got to Eldoret, it was amazing. My whole experience being with the Shitimis, shout out to the Shitimis, my new family in Eldoret, Kenya. They had a big celebration for Mercy coming home, but they knew she had friends with her, and they knew it was my birthday. So they incorporated the welcome home and my birthday, and it was just amazing. Amazing. Okay, first of all, let me bring y'all into this. I'm trying to drink my soup. So I'm gonna get back to my story from my previous travels, but I'm in Thailand right now, Bangkok. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna go live. I was gonna just try to post some pictures and stuff, but I had went downstairs to get some food, and they were about to close, so I got food. I got this how you call it, tom yum shrimp soup. Anyway, it's so good. It's so good. So I'm trying to eat it, but I didn't realize I was gonna really go live, so. Ooh. So I came up here, started feeling fat when I was opening my food, and I hit the button. I'm like, oh, I'm live. So I'm gonna be eating in between. I'll try to be mindful of my eating. Anyway, so I'm in Thailand right now. So it's 12-hour difference. It is 5:19 p.m. here, which most of my friends back home are probably sleeping. And so you'll see this later. So hello in the future. Okay, so back to my Eldoret experience. The Shitimis slaughtered. They have a farm. They have a whole compound, so they have everything. Like, they literally have, I gave her a name. So for most of y'all who don't know me, I love animals. I love children. I love people. And so the field I'm in, I'm always nurturing, right? I work in child welfare with kids in foster care and families who need additional guidance. So I'm a child well professional and I've been doing this for 20 plus years. So it's my passion to help people. I'm always willing to figure things out, but I also love animals, right? And so I was so happy that they had cow in the yard, chickens. The poor little sheeps is gone because they had to slaughter the sheep for our arrival. It was part of the celebration they had the day we got there. They slaughtered 2 sheep from their farm that they have, where the other cows and the other sheep are. Y'all, the experiences I had in Eldoret, like no other. So anyway, I was so excited to get there and just to see. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be here for the next 4 or 5 days or whatever it was. And we arrived and they were already in full motion. The sheep had already been slaughtered. Slaughtered. We even see the skin. I'm gonna put pictures and stuff. Y'all gonna see. They had the skin hanging over by the tree. They got this whole grill set up, and they got all the parts of the lamb cut up, chopped up, wrapped up, grilling, boiling, cooking, the whole shebang. Now, we arrived at 8:40 a.m. in the morning. So they had been preparing all this stuff early that morning. So out in the yard, you have the cow, you have the chickens over there, you have them cooking, preparing the lamb. And then as we walk into the home, you have the pots outside, they're frying, they're making chapati. I'm gonna probably say it wrong because I'm gonna say it wrong. They're making all their traditional foods, okay? So they got pots out here, this is boiling, cooking, they got somebody preparing rolling dough, preparing that. Oh my goodness, y'all. They were in full swing. Like, I was like, it's for Mercy, for sure, because this is her home. She was coming home. She now lives in Pittsburgh. She's been there for many years. So that's traditional for them to welcome her home. But we were there to experience it, and it was amazing to see all these people just moving and shaking and preparing for the big celebration that day. So as tired as we were, I just could not go to sleep. I was like, I wanted to just be amongst them and just, get acquainted with the family. The kids had met us at the airport with Ken, which is Mercy's brother. So we were hanging out with the children. We got a chance to meet the staff there. So it was just like, I was just running off of fumes and so excited to be there. And it was just amazing. Now, midday, mind you, it was my birthday. All this going on my birthday. And I was like, Lord, I am thankful because I didn't know what to expect. I just know I wanted to be in Africa on my birthday. This year was going to be East Africa. And that was great. So everything else was just icing on the cake. It was just extra. But by midday, people were coming. And the families was coming over. The friends were coming over. And it was just things going on. It was just all stuff, right? I changed. I thought, we can at least take a shower and change because now we got company. So midday, I was feeling the sleep come over me. This is after eating everything they brought to me. We had ribs, Mom say lamb chops, ribs. I ate, I don't know what part that was. It was like chitlins on the sheet. I don't eat chitlins, but because these people cook this stuff, I was not gonna say no. It was all fried up and like chicharron. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to eat this. I ate it. I ate everything. I ate everything that they gave me. But I had to slow down because, baby, I was getting sleepy. Like, probably at 4 or 5 o'clock that day, I was feeling it. The head was heavy. The eyes was heavy. The body was... I was like, okay. Then we had a couple of wine, and they had all this different... Just all this stuff, y'all. It was just food. Like, one thing they do, you're going to feed you. You must eat, and you must drink, and you must be happy. And I was, but I got sleepy. I had to go to sleep, take me a nap in the middle of a party. Took a nap, came back, more food, more stuff. And then the surprise birthday celebration, it was so cute, so amazing. We danced and they sang happy birthday, we ate cake, had a great time. But so my experience coming into East Africa and spending time in Eldoret, Kenya with the Shitimis was amazing. Highlight of the trip. It kept getting better. One of the other things was I had planned to meet up with Pastor Ken. He has a school in Kitale, Kenya, just about an hour or so drive from Eldoret. And he has a school and orphanage called Real Gathering. I met him in Charlotte because when most of y'all know, I relocated to Charlotte from Florida with my dad and my mom. And so her friend from church was hosting someone from Kenya. He came over to the house. We had a big meal. So my first time meeting him, he is a pastor, so I call him Pastor Kim. So since he was there, I got a chance to talk to him and found out that he had a school and an orphanage, and that took it from there. So we started talking about what I do and working in child welfare and with families with children in foster care, and families that are trying to either reunify with their children or adopt. And just talking about all the things. And so I told him, I'm definitely want to come to East Africa one day. So if I ever come, I'm going to look you up. He said, you must come. So since I knew I was coming, I reached out to him. He was like, yes, please come. Now, they were initially going to host me, but because I was going to be with my friends anyway, I decided to go there. But I did tell them I would come to the school and bring some supplies and at least visit the kids. And that's what we did. Lo and behold, for some of y'all seen the video, we just thought we was going to buy some supplies, take it to the school, get a chance to say hi, all that good stuff, because it was the middle of the day, school day. But to my surprise, they had a full welcome. The whole school was at the gate. The kids was singing. They greeted us with wreaths of love, and they had birthday cake. They performed, put a whole show on and danced. They sang happy birthday. We had a chance to explore the school. It was another amazing experience. I'm just like, Lord, thank you, because I was just happy to be there. Again, everything else was icing on the top, extra. And I accept all the extra blessings at any given time. Okay. And so it was really amazing. Those kids were absolutely beautiful. They was excited to see us. They were loving. I hope that the little that we did bring was enough for a little bit, but as we know, a lot of the areas where we were, the schools don't have a lot of funding. And so I do plan on continuing my give back. You know, I have a thing that I want to always put out there, that I travel with a purpose, because wherever I go, I want to be able to be a blessing to someone. So whether it's going to a school or orphanage or a local community, donating money, supplies, or even my time, as long as I'm welcome, I will be there, right? And so I will continue supporting Pastor Ken at World Gathering on my own way, in my own way, because they were so wonderful to me, and that's just my passion. I'm gonna always do that. And so, again, another great experience. We'll post more. I know my live video didn't stick. Something happened. Again, I don't know what happened, but we was in the middle of nowhere, so I think I hit a button and I lost it. But I do have some other footage of that that my other friends recorded. So I'll be able to share that at some point, maybe drop a video here or there. And so for anybody who may be interested in the school or donating, you can as well. But you don't have to. I'm just saying that. Because everybody say, well, let me know how I can help. I'll let you know. No pressure, for sure. But so anyway, that was another highlight of the day. And then from there, Mercy took us to her family, her parents' home. So if I get this right, well, if I get it wrong, I mean, charge it to my head, not my heart. So the home we stayed in that we were hosting, it was Mercy's home where she grew up. Home that her parents bought, the whole compound where they have everything. And then when they got, anyway, some kind of way they bought more land in another place, which was their farm, but this was the place they wanted to retire at. The parents wanted to retire at, and be their last place, right? They also built 2 other homes, or is it one? I think it's 2 other homes, because I think it's traditional that they build a home on the land for their first son or firstborn or something to that nature. I'm probably getting that mixed up. So she took us to that home, which is the farm, which they have a family overseeing that now. But that is where both her parents have gone on to be with the Lord. And so that is where they're laid to rest on their property, which is what they requested. And so whenever she's home, she goes to visit, spend time there. So she took us along with her. So we're so appreciative that she allowed us to come in to see that. We bought food from a local spot that was recommended by her sister-in-law, Sylvia. Shout out to Sylvia, Speed Dial Sylvia, inside joke. And we went and ate at the house. But before then, we kind of pay homage, said a prayer, moment of silence for her parents, and lit some flowers and stuff. It was such a peaceful moment. Like, it was like my whole energy shifted. So appreciative and humbled to be able to be there with her for that. And yeah. So we went inside, ate, and when I tell you we ate, we tore that food down. So it was it's African chicken. It's definitely different. Oh my gosh, it was so good. The way they prepared it, fresh. When I say fresh chicken, y'all know what I'm talking about. Same day, same hour. Did the things, cooked it up, chopped it up, seasoned up, from farm to plate. Okay, amazing. We had that with spinach and chips, French fries with everything. Tore it up. We ate it in their living room, and then we toured the area. It was beautiful. Went out there to see. It was kind of dark, but we couldn't see much. But we got a chance to see the land. It was nice. The animals that were there. Then we went on back to the house. Next couple of days, we did some exploring, different local spots. Now, I'm gonna bring you in on this. Why I got this little picked up a little cold. I love my girl. I know she had a little, we didn't know she had a little cold before she got there, but anyway, you think it's a collaboration because we was out there with all the dust, a lot of red clay, dirt roads, and so driving on those is just dust. Now, I know better, with all my sinus issues that I recently started to experience. I did bring my pump, inhaler, what do you call it? I did bring that, but it was a combination, I think, from her, and then also we were being out there in the dust, the temperature, because it got cold and hot. So woke up with a little in the throat, a little runny nose. The next day, then the next day after that, it got worse. So we had to go to the clinic, or the doctor. Well, we went to, let me bring this in, because a lot of y'all are not going to get this. Hold on. Okay. Everywhere you can see a store, you're going to see a pharmacy or a clinic or a chemist. It's like, I mean, everywhere. And one of the things that in the U.S. that we don't know or have not experienced is the ability to walk into a facility to get medical treatment right away without a whole lot of questions and time. I've heard about it through my Exodus Summit community of women that live abroad, who have been traveling for many years, who have been living outside of the U.S. for many years. I've known about it from other people, that the health care is completely different outside of the U.S. Okay, so I experienced it firsthand. I didn't want this to get too bad, and I'm glad Candace recommended, let's just go and stop at one of these clinics, at least have them check us out, see what's going on. Because the call started getting bad, and it was just getting rough. Lo and behold, I was diagnosed, I didn't say diagnosed, but last year my doctor told me I had I'm probably saying not bronchitis, something else that impacts my respiratory, certain things trigger it, big old sinus issues and everything. I'm like, I'm 48, why am I now experiencing this? But hey, you get older, things change. So they gave me an inhaler last year because I had like a little cold or something that happened like sometime in May. So I said, you know, Dom, you're gonna be gone for a while, go ahead and get your refill. So I did bring that with me. Always bring my allergy pills to make sure I have that. So I had that, but I knew that it wasn't working enough. So I'm glad we went to the doctor. Literally we walked in, it was like 5 minutes from her house. Walked in there, told them what was going on. You pay your little couple of dollars, and I think it was like, in USD, I think it was like $10 to $12. You see the doctor, you go to triage, tell you whatever, then you go see a physician, prescription, you out of there. 20 minutes, y'all. We walked in, they was like, what you need, what's going on? I'm glad she was able to translate most of it. They need to see, we brought a passport, make sure we showed them that, paid our money, sat down for like 2 minutes, we saw the triage, you check all this, blood pressure, da. All right, sit over there, go see the doctor, she'll tell you X, Y, and Z, go to the pharmacy, get your medicine, and peace out. Under $20. I got to see the nurse, a physician, and I got prescription. Under $20. They gave me a pre and probiotic, an antibiotic, cough syrup. What else was in there? I think it was something else in it. I don't know. And I went back to the house. Ain't no tarrying. What you need, let's do what we got to do and go on about your business. I was like, really? Now, I had to also get another prescription after that because anyways, long story. Just went to a pharmacy, said, hey, I had some prescription the other day. I had an antibiotic, it was like a 3-day Z-Pack they gave me. And I said, I think I probably need a little bit more. And she was like, okay. Boom. I bought it right over the counter, my antibiotics. I bought some like cough drops and stuff like that just to kind of hold me over. And I was out of there. No. Let me see your card. Let me see this. Who your doctor? Give me a hope. Like, none of that. Okay? So I'm going to tell you this. A lot of y'all who are like, I have a lot of people who know that I travel and like to go outside of the U.S., but I know they have concerns about me being okay and being safe and getting everything I need and so on and so forth. It's the fears that we have adopted being in the U.S., and that's mainly because of what they told us and what, hey, don't get me wrong, the U.S., we have a lot of complications and challenges going on. But outside of the U.S., things are not that different. Well, I'm sorry, hold on. Things are not more difficult than it is in the US. It's actually easier. In my experience, every time I've traveled outside the US, I felt more valued as a person by the community. I've never felt in fear of my life. I never felt like I was going to lack, something's going to happen. I mean, a lot of it, my faith is big for me, so I don't put all those negative things in front of me. However, I am conscious about no matter where you go, you still got to be on your P's and Q's. However, I know that there's things that I have access to no matter where I'm at outside the US. And so I do my research. I make sure I know what's going on. I make sure I know where I can get to a doctor, hospital, embassy, all those things, right? This is my first time having to get medical attention, and I've been traveling outside the US for, I don't know. That first time I traveled outside the US, but somewhere in the 90s, I think, outside of the US was my first travel experience. But this is my first time ever having to seek medical attention. And I was not afraid, I was not worried, I was not scared. It was easy peasy. And although I still got this cough going on, I'm past all the horrible stuff. I know a lot of people are experiencing some of the same issues in the US because of whatever this new flu XYZ is going around. And so it's not abnormal that this cough is lingering. And part of it is because I've been taking care of myself, but I've been moving around a lot, different from different climates, and I need to rest, which is why I didn't, excuse me, see? Which is why I didn't leave today to go to Chiang Mai. Because I'm like, diamond rest. A few of our friends left this morning, but I know I've been traveling a lot, and when I got sick, I need to take care of this, because I need to get rid of this. And so I'm determined to make sure this is cleared up before I leave Thailand, because I can't be bothered with all the pumping, and every time the air get in my nose, it's like, yeah. Part of it is my sinuses, I have bad sinuses, but I'm not going to ignore it. I need to take care of it. So anyway, small admission about that. I'm good. Nothing more than a little cold, or, I don't think I have to go back to the doctor because I'm clear of all that. I don't have any more of the symptoms. It's just this. So I'm doing a couple of steams, and I'm going to get this cleared out. Yeah, and I'm going to be Gucci. So anyway, moving right along. So we did have to go to the doctor in Eldoret and get taken care of. We're fine. We're moving on. We're still traveling, taking all the precautions, masks, medicine, so on and so forth. I'm just not getting enough rest that I need. So I know the rest is going to be the biggest piece I need as far as getting fully recovered. So this weekend I plan on taking it light. So anyway, so we left Eldoret, went to Mombasa, Kenya, which is a beach area. We wanted to get some beach time in Africa while we were there. Heard about Mombasa. Mombasa. Also, there's another beach called Diani, and we wanted to try that, but we decided Mombasa because the Shatimis came with us, and they were going to be there anyway for some other things that Ken had to take care of. So we all went together with them and stayed on the waterfront and got a chance to experience that. It was really nice, really, really nice. I like Mombasa. Would I go back? Probably will. I would definitely go back. Because I think other thing is I was still getting over the cold. And so I would like to be able to go back and experience it in a different way. Okay. So Mombasa was great. Left Mombasa. While we was in Mombasa, we went to a market. If any of y'all know about markets in other places, mainly in parts of Africa, markets are a big thing. And we went to one in Mombasa, and baby, I think I went live to see some of the stuff. I bought this from one of those spots. I call it little snaggies. But I think I paid $2 for this little dress. But it was nice. It was a nice experience. It was chaotic. Okay, so be ready when you go to a market in any African country. Because it be marketing, okay? But it was really nice to experience that. So I did get a chance to experience that. It was my first time actually going to a market like that. Because in South Africa, we didn't do any markets. Not like that. So that was a great experience. Anyway, after a couple of days, we left Mombasa, me, Candace, and went back to Nairobi where we met up with Deanda, with his the Exodus sister. So we have an accountability group with Exodus Summit community, and we travel sometimes together, have meetups. This particular time, we decided to kind of do some different meetups in different areas before we go over to Vietnam, where we'll be doing a bigger meetup with one of the founders, Stephanie Perry. But we were talking about getting out in January, so we decided to just go ahead and do it. So we just kind of came on different legs. Me and Candace was already together. We met Deanda. She flew into Nairobi. We met her there. And we spent the next couple of days in Nairobi. Really interesting experience. Nairobi is a busy city. Where we stayed in a local area. I would say the CBD district. I don't know if I said this already. I feel like I said this already. But very busy. But it was great to be able to kind of see more of an authentic experience with people every day. That there was a university right across from where we stayed at, the Nairobi Kenya Club, which thanks to Ken Shatemi, who gave us access to it. You have to be a member to stay and get accommodations there. And he allowed us to kind of experience that. So it was really close to a university and a hospital and schools and freeway. It was a lot. So we had our fingertips. We can get to anything where we were. And it was a lot of locals. So we had a chance to have another authentic experience in Nairobi. And you need to be up on it over there, okay? It's like a New York City. You better be moving and shaking and moving. And the streets, I didn't see a street light, a stop sign, a yield. I didn't even see a street name. But the way these cars and motorcycles and people on bikes and what, I was like this. There is no way I would be able to drive in Nairobi. Let me just say this. I don't drive in no other place besides Florida, Charlotte, and Atlanta, which Atlanta is a whole nother, I can't. Anyway, I prefer not to drive in Atlanta, but I will drive in Florida and North Carolina. When I go back home to New York, I don't even like driving in New York. There's no way I'll be driving in Nairobi. No. I wouldn't know the first thing, where to go. They'll have to push me out the road. It is chaotic. And we was like, oh my gosh. So walking across the street, we just walk with them. When they walk, we walk. I was trying to hide behind them because them cars and bikes is, baby, get out the way. Get out. I was just like, yeah, this ain't gonna be for me. Not that area. So when I do go back to Nairobi, I would like to experience another area. Maybe, I don't know, but another area where it'll be a little easier to get around, because it was a little challenging getting around over there if we were walking, because we didn't really know the area. We just kind of winged it, asked questions, got recommendations, and went with it. But, and we were in a very hustle and bustle environment. And so I would like to go somewhere that's a little slower. I was happy I got a chance to see some other areas. As we drove to the Giraffe Center, we've seen a lot of different areas. We're like, oh, it looks nice over here. This, just exploring as we were driving along. So I do know that I will go back and experience Nairobi different. But a couple of highlights on that trip, the Giraffe Manor, I love me an animal. Got a chance to go to the Giraffe Center instead of the Giraffe Manor. Giraffe Manor was right next door, like I could see the house and all that. I didn't see no giraffes over there. Maybe from that side they weren't supposed to be. I don't know. But the giraffes at the center, I got a chance to experience that. I went live for that. So some of y'all can probably go to my IG page to see that. The garden there, they had a great, they kind of gave you an insight of the water system. It was a really cool experience, okay? Now, we didn't do the elephant sanctuary that was supposed to be really close to it. We just kind of did that, went back to our area. It was work days for me during that time, so I was off for the first week and a half, but I think I had started back work that day. I don't know, the days are running together. Anyway, so we got a chance to experience a couple of things, but there were some things I would like to go back and get a chance to explore in Nairobi. So I would do Nairobi again. um, but to visit. So we left Nairobi on the 23rd of January. I haven't put dates in here because I'm all over the place. On the 23rd of January, and we went to Rwanda. So we wanted to go to Rwanda. I've been hearing so much about it. I have a few people that I've met through the Exodus Summit community that have bought land there, that have relocated there. I've known about Rwanda for many years. Most of us should know the story about Hotel Rwanda, about the genocide that happened in '94. Yeah. And so has always been interesting to me to be able to go and see how the country really recovered. Beautiful. The hills be healing. Oh, it is definitely hills, like they say. They are the land of hills. But how clean and organized the neighborhood. Oh, the people, amazing. The safety, like it was just, I would go back. I think Rwanda would be a place I would go if I just want to ease and just chill and relax in, because it gives you that. We stayed in a nice area in the local area, we stayed at it's kind of like an Airbnb. We did like an Airbnb kind of situation where it was ran by some locals, but the person who owns it is like Canadian or European or something. I don't know. But now we'll not go back to them accommodations. Now, we just stumbled upon that because we had a mix-up with our hotel, and it was a last-minute thing, but they would never see Diamond Latrell Forbes at Kigali Garden View, whatever it's called, again. Whole nother story. Anyway, but we did meet the next door. Next door had like a restaurant, but it was also a bed and breakfast that we found out later. A couple that started it. Actually, it had only been open like a week. So we're kind of like their first customer. Shout out to Sunviva. The food was amazing. Everything was cooked fresh. They were so accommodating and nice and want to make sure you had everything. It was so nice. We spent more time over there than we did in our own accommodations. It was literally next door. But the food and the way the people were so welcoming and attentive, it was just like no other, right? So Rwanda was nice. We had a chance to explore some other areas. Where did we go, Rwanda? We did get a chance to experience one of the memorials, which is one of the, I can't think of the name right now, I'll post it later, but this one was where the politicians were laid to rest after the genocide. So it was a smaller one, more intimate one. We didn't get a chance to go to the big one because they had some maintenance issue when we tried to go. So it was kind of hard to go back and trying to figure that out. So when I go back, I would like to see the big one and get a chance to experience the memorial, get the full history from the people that experienced it. Along the way, we met a few people and asked them about it. Were they there? Some of them said they left and came back, but they left their country, rightfully so. But to see the 100%, 360, it's just, and I can't explain this. Me and Candace were talking about Indiana, the bloodshed that occurred during that time, during the genocide. If you followed it and you saw it, if you watched the movie, if you've done your research, if you know anything about it, for 100 days, bodies on bodies and bodies. Horrible. And the peace that I felt there, it was just like, did it really happen? And I know this is just me, but the people it was like they were intentional about making sure we clean this up and make sure we have a full recovery. And I felt that. They were, everywhere you went, they were very intentional about talking about that and bringing us into some of the details. It's like, did that really happen here? Anyway, so if you have not seen it, go see it. Go see the movie. You should be able to find it on one of these movie platforms, Hotel Rwanda. We did see the actual hotel. It's not called Hotel Rwanda. It's called, I'm always getting messed up, I'll drop it later. But we did see the hotel. We didn't go there. I thought about it. I thought about going because I think you go have lunch or something like that, and people go and tour it, and people still stay there. But we just drove past it. I just took a few pictures. But Yeah, anyway, my experience in Rwanda, I will go back. I will definitely go back. I would like to explore some other areas there. We didn't do any apartment. So we did have a goal to do some apartment shopping while we was in Nairobi and Rwanda, and we did not do that. So our plan will be when we go back to try that out. Whether we do it together again or separately, it's worth an opportunity to look at it. So one of our other Exodus sisters actually, she bought some land there and she's starting a travel thing where she wants people to come and see the land and maybe get involved into some of the investment opportunities named V. So V, I know she's supposed to, I think she has a page, I'll figure out what that is, but she's doing a lot of big things there too. So maybe I'll go back on one of her trips to kind of get a full guide on Rwanda with her. So we'll see. But I enjoyed Rwanda. The food that we had everywhere was good. It's really good. The prices, amazing. Yeah, for everywhere when the prices are amazing. So affordable, you already know this because we're not in the U.S. Okay, another story. So anyway, we left Rwanda. I tell you, as much as I enjoy being there, but I can't wait to leave for many other reasons. Mainly because of my accommodations. Okay. It is a little harder to get around Rwanda. If you don't have like the Bolt and the Move or the other little car apps, it's kind of hard to get around. So thankfully, we got a couple of recommendations from Aisha Francis, who's also a sister we met at Exodus Summit. She actually went to visit Rwanda a couple of years ago and decided she was going to live here. She lived there for 2 years or so. She's back in the States now, but we reached out and asked her for some recommendations for drivers. So we did get some of those and utilize the drivers for our transportation getting around because, and that's probably our fault. We should have downloaded those apps beforehand. But anyway, we ran along. It was a little harder to get around, I would say. But we were ready to leave Rwanda for other reasons, not because we didn't enjoy being there. We got to Thailand on the 29th. Again, traveling comes with its own set of troubles. We had delays. So I have been looking forward to going to Doha Airport. If you know, you know, right? So because I missed it on my first leg because of the whole flight change and the storms, we took Qatar we had to take Rwanda Air to Doha to catch our Qatar flight. Rwanda Air was a challenge. Rwanda Airways airline, again, book first class or business class when you're getting on some of these other ones, because if you need to, some of y'all don't care, just get you somewhere where you're going. I, in particular, I can sit in economy. Listen, I sat in Gen Pop for a long time. But after experiencing my Emirates business class, experiencing Emirates business class last year, I think I got a little bougie because, oh my gosh, that'd be a whole nother video because, and that's what it is. A lot of y'all was saying, when you start going business class and first class, you're not going back to Gen Pop. And baby, it's the truth. So I think I'm looking from a different lens. Now I can sit in economy. I've done it, but I also did business in first class. And so getting a taste of that, everything else is like, what is this? So Rwanda Air, I would definitely do business class next time I get on that if I have to. But we got to Doha safely. That's all that matters. We're getting there safely because at the end of the day, safety is first, right? And I'll take a moment because I know recently we've just had several incidents that happened in the U.S. with aircrafts and the tragedy from it. And so safety is always first. So as long as I get somewhere safe, I'm appreciative. So I'm not going to complain about I don't want to complain from a selfish standpoint, because I do recognize that anything can happen. And as we've seen 2 tragic incidents recently. So take a moment to recognize that sending heartfelt condolences out to those families and everyone impacted, because it's never, it's hard. I know I've been flying for a long time, but I always had a fear of flying. I have a fear of heights. But I also believe that our day is coming no matter what. And so I just pray, keep my faith in front of me, and I go. But we do know these things can happen. And so as much as I've been flying around and then hearing about that, it definitely puts a different stamp on our traveling, because of the lives lost in those tragedies. And so I want to take a moment to make sure I send out condolences and heartfelt condolences and prayers to everyone, because it's hard to hear and see something like that. And I pray that we are able to kind of move forward with it, and I hope that it doesn't put fear in your lives to not fly again. It's normal. We're going to have some kind of concerns because you never know. I'm not going to say that I don't. I know I got to get on a flight in a couple weeks. And so, yeah, it's not like it's not going to be in my mind. I think it's always on my mind when I'm flying, which is why I'm like, okay, Lord, let's get me to the next spot. And hopefully we get there safely. So, moment of silence for that. And I'll get off my tangent about flying. So we went over to Doha, get to Doha airport. We had like a 2.5 hour layover. And I got to see the big bear. Everybody's talking about, I want to say it's a bear. I don't know what exactly it's called, but I'll look into that later. If y'all know, put it in there. See the bear, see all the glitz and glams of Doha airport. Didn't make it over to the garden. I should have just went, but we didn't. To the garden area where they have the waterfall and all that. But get there. I think did we even stop and get anything? I don't think so. I think we went to our gate anyway. And get there, and now we have a 5-hour delay. So we were supposed to leave out of the airport, out of Doha at 1:40. The timing, y'all, the delays that came on delays and delays. It's just a hot mess. And we had another 5 or 6 hour layover in the airport. And so our flight was delayed, and we wasn't leaving out until 6:45 a.m. Okay. Not a bad place to be stranded in, okay? Because Doha Airport, if you know, you know. We actually had the privilege of being able to go to the lounge, so shout out to Priority Pass, Deanda and Anita, who was already on the grounds making it work. We got to spend time inside the lounge for the 5 hours that we had. So food, drinks, showers, sleeping rooms, all the things was available. And it was top notch because we're in Doha Airport and they don't play the radio nor the TV because, baby, it was given. So it wasn't a bad experience, but, delays. Anyway, we got on our flight. We arrived in Thailand about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. And immediately, as I'm driving from the airport to our accommodations, I was like, the feeling I had, I was like, oh, wait a minute, Thailand. Wait a minute, Bangkok. Could this be a place you could live? I was like, I looked over to Anita. She was like, oh no, we had never been. Candace has been, but she went so long ago and she didn't really I don't know if she said she didn't have a great experience, but there's a lot of things she didn't remember. There's a lot of great things she did remember. So anyway, we were like in that car, getting to this hotel, like, so we get to our accommodations. Now, it's a little sketchy when we got recommended to come here by Abba. And she was like, now make sure he brings you all the way up to the door because it's an alley you have to go through. So I'm like, okay, alleyway. But it was the alley and the cut and the cut and the cut, off in the cut. I said, where we going? Poor little van barely made it through. Get to this cute little boutique spot. It's called Sozen. Shout out to Zozen. So cute. And they gave me a free upgrade. Oh, my room is kind of messy now, but it's big. It's spacious. It's like a little apartment. Let me see if I can. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't turn off. So I'm sitting at my desk, but that's the bed. Got the living room, bathroom, coffee section. I don't have a balcony, but it's a nice little window. Anyway, it's tucked off in the cut, but baby, everything is around us. And so we came, got here in time to drop our stuff off, go get something to eat. 7-Eleven's everywhere. 7-Eleven in Thailand is different. Some of them got 2 stories, restaurants, food, everything. This one even have a pharmacy in it. I said, y'all, I'm in the 7-Eleven almost every day since I've been here. And I'm gonna go today because this little pineapple cake thing I got, so good. Anyway, we're in an area where everything's around us. Yesterday we ate in the alley on the street with food, like street food. It was amazing. I think my meal was like $3. Like, I'm gonna show, listen, y'all. Thailand is Thailanding. And it got me thinking like, girl, I know you love South Africa. I know you love Johannesburg. And I will always love Johannesburg. I will always go back. But it's a no-brainer that I can live here in Thailand. Y'all may not see me back. And if y'all don't, you know why. Only been here a couple days. I've seen some amazing things. The city skylines are beautiful. The buildings, the little market mall slash, I mean, there's so much I can say, and I will. I want to do a whole Thailand situation because I'm loving it. I am actually loving it here. Food is top notch. I haven't eaten, and it's been so good. The people have been so nice. I ain't felt a concern of nothing since I've been here, okay? These people ain't thinking about us. Now, I will say I need to do a little bit better with my language because I only know Sawatika, which is hello, hi, goodbye, and Kapukan. Okay. Anyway, thank you. I'm struggling. I do need to learn that. So I will say, make sure you learn the basics of language when you come into another country because you want to be able to communicate. And I'd like to use a translator, but it's like, this basic stuff, you know, goes a long way, and I think they appreciate it. So I'm going to work on that, especially since I got to be here for another week and a half or however long we're going to be here. But nice. We're staying, I can never pay this price in the U.S. I ain't even going to tell you how much I pay because it ain't your business. It's mine. But just know that what I paid for this, I could never find these type of accommodations in the U.S. for it. Went to visit one of our friends, Janice. She moved here. To my surprise, I was like, oh, I'm going to see you when I get to Thailand, thinking she just fit. They got her whole apartment. Baby, the balcony, the view she got, amazing. The setup. I said, how much? You say what now? Oh, okay. I got my laundry done. And I had so much laundry because, I don't know why I had so much laundry. Because I washed when I was in Eldoret and Nairobi. Anyway, it's a whole nother story. Got my laundry done. I had to bring my whole suitcase. And she probably was looking like, what in the... But it wasn't full. Like, I brought my suitcase and I didn't want to be walking through the alley with a bag and holding on my shoulder. So I just rolled it around. But all that laundry, I paid like $22. Wash, dry, folded, bagged up nicely. $25, y'all. Y'all got to see all the stuff I had. I had sweatshirts, jackets, socks, scarves, everything. Because anything I brought, I'm like, airport stuff, I had a whole lot of stuff traveling around with the airport. And I wanted to wash all that. Sweatsuits, all that. Anyway, So it's just the conveniences that have definitely, I knew it, I heard about it. Let me say this, I heard about it, but now I know. And when you know, you know. So yeah, I'll be back. Thailand, I will be back. So I'm gonna give Vietnam a chance because I know Vietnam is where the meetup is. I've heard great things about Vietnam. So I'm gonna give that a chance as well. But right now, my two main places. So let me just say this. I kind of been scouting for a couple of years about where I would relocate to because I would love to be able to live outside the US for a year or two or whatever. However, whatever long. Um, yeah, Thailand is on the list. Johannesburg has always been on the list, and now Thailand is on the list. So we're gonna see what Vietnam bring me, and I'll report back. But this is only a couple days in, and what I've seen so far, I'm pretty sold right now. So we'll see. But anyway, I didn't want to be on here this long. I really didn't know I was gonna go live. I just was hitting buttons, and I've been on here for almost an hour. But my first live video on YouTube, and it's been 30 days in, so it's kind of like the anniversary. 30 days my channel has been open or up and running, even though I have not been that active the last couple of weeks because your girl been struggling. Struggle. So I will do another video. I'll do some shorts so I can kind of, some of the things I talked about today, I'll kind of be able to put on there. Hopefully I'll get it done today. Between today and tomorrow, maybe I'll post because it'll be easy for you to kind of see the stuff. And I'll share some things on my IG and on my Facebook as well, so you can kind of see some of the other stuff. But I will be bringing you more stories about my journey, where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm doing next. And yeah, if anybody who does watch this, who has some recommendations in Thailand while I'm here, drop it in the box. Let us know where to go. I do have another accommodation I'm leaving out tomorrow. I'm going to be going to another area. I don't think it's too far from here, but I want to explore some other areas. So I'll be staying at another place for the next 7 or so days, and to be able to explore that area as well. So I'll come back with some more updates when I do that. And yeah, I'll be able to meet up with my girls in Vietnam soon, my Exodus squad. Can't wait to see y'all. And we're all over the place right now, so it's going to be a great experience. But yeah, I'm in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand for the next couple of days, and I'll report back on my experience coming up. So hope you have a great day. Hope you are safe. Stay prayed up. Do something great for somebody whenever you can. But at the end of the day, put your life first and what means the most to you first, because you only have one life. Peace out, y'all.